Python, what are the requirements and the softwares required for you to start working on Python programming language. Okay, let's start now. As you know, Python is defined as an interpreted I programming language. This is used for general purposes. It is very powerful programming languages, can be easily incorporated with C++, C, Java languages, but it differs with these languages due to added new data types and also function. Why is it referred to an interpreted? Because the codes that are written in the text editor are then placed, they are written in the text editor and then placed in the Python interpreter to be interpreted, whereby they are interpreted line by line. If an error it occurs, it then stops and shows an error. So, what Python can be used for? So, Python can be used in various ways. In this case, we'll be learning. So Python can be used in web development, can be used in machine learning, developing mobile applications, developing video games, developing operating system. Advantages of Python language. Advantages of Python language. Advantages. Now we are learning on advantages. They are easy to learn and read. It reduces the cost to maintain the program. It has a very simple but effective object-oriented programming approaches. Python has the vision's high-level data structures. It's also commonly used in many development and application areas. So it has very low speed. Those are the disadvantages. Also, it has some disadvantages. So it has a very low execution, as the codes are executed line by line, as we have discussed there above. The Python is a interpreted programming language. It has design restriction. It is very weak when it comes to mobile computing and even browsers. It is not memory efficient and also has very slow processing power. You might find that many other programming languages, you may find that you can just do them with your mobile, but it is become so hard for the Python language to do it with your mobile phone. It has runtime errors since it is dynamically typed. Some language, due to its nature, the type of any variable may change in future, leading to runtime errors. Several Python versions are Python 2 and Python 3. How to get started with Python? Now, let's start there. Before you start working on Python, you need to know how you can get started with Python language. For the first thing, you'll need to install Python interpreter. You'll need to install Python interpreter. Before you install Python, you'll need to check whether it is already installed in many PCs and actually Macs, and I've already installed. To check, you just go to your command prompt, then you just type this for the Windows. Then if you want to check for the Linux, you just type this for the Linux and the Mac. So if you find that it is not installed in your computer, you can just log into the official website, which is www.python.org. So you can just go there and just type python.g. Okay, after you go there, now you can just download Python interpreter. So this is now the website. Now you can just come here and download. You can just download the latest version there. The latest, you just click on that, then you download. After you download, now you just install into your computer, then you can just continue. So after you've installed, you need to have the compatible test editor installed in your PC. You may have install Notepad++, Visual Studio Code. You may install Sublime Test bracket, but I would very recommend that you use PyCharm. PyCharm test editor is just very efficient, and you just get it through their official website, which is JetBrains. Okay, JetBrains. Then you just say PyCharm. Okay, you can get it there. Then you just go here. Then you download. You download there. Okay, after load, just a moment. You just click on this part, then you just download your PyCharm, or you can just click on here, then you download. After you downloaded the PyCharm, now you can go ahead and set up. After you set up, now it will show something like this. It will show something like this. You can set up the project name. You can then you save your file.py. Remember to include the extension.py. Remember to include extension.py. Then, so we have said that after you install the PyCharm, now you can just write it with, you create a new project. You create a file, then you install you save it with an extension.py. That is so like this. You can have begin python.py. So that is an example. This is an example now. So you may have, so after you write now, remember you can just run it into your, you can just run Python into your Python interpreter. Let's say I have my Python installed, Python. So let's write our first program here. Let's write our first program here. Let's write our first program. So after now, you can just, so this is, it will appear like this Python interpreter. You can just write print, then you put into bracket hello world, hello world, hello world, then press enter. Okay, sorry for that. Print into bracket, you put a semicolon, you put a then you say hello world, then you save, then you press enter. You see now it has printed out hello world. It has printed out hello world. Now you can just go to your test editor. Now after you have just written your program, now if you want to exit the Python interpreter, just write exit, then you put, now it disappears. So you have ended your program. Now you just need to go to your JetBrains, then you let's write our first program here. Now your print hello world. Now you see, now print hello world. Now to get the results, you just need to go here, run. You can go there, then you say run. When you say run, it will just print out. Okay, just slow, just wait a moment. Okay, you see now it has printed out, hello world, hello world. You can just continue and write your program. You can write something else like print we are learning Python programming language. Remember, you can just use a simple shortcut to print out your results. Instead of clicking on run, you can just use shift and F10, shift F10. Then now it prints out we are learning Python programming language. Now we have seen how you can get started with Python, how you can write your first program in Python. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel. In the next tutorial, we'll discuss on variables, we'll discuss on syntax, Python syntax, then we'll be discussing on operators, then we'll see how you can insert comments in Python language. Thank you guys. Be blessed.